pretty good race tonight. It has been a great championship battle so far. BMG Lewis having a very comfortable lead, but not racing last week really gave Beast Tornadoes a great chance to kind of close that gap, but now he's not racing. So BMG Lewis, this is his chance tonight to try and extend that championship lead and hopefully for him get another win under his belt.
The strategy...
And if... Yeah, on you go.
The strategy for tonight, traditionally, is soft and medium. So it's interesting to see Tom Gorian and Jodian on the hards. So I don't know whether they're going to... Oh, and Rampage, actually. I don't know if they're going to go onto the softs later on in the session, but...
Oh, someone spun already. That's Kimmy the Iceman already spun. That is not what you want on this out lap. Not a great start to the session for the Haas man.
He got wing damage? Oh, he's got wing damage.
I don't think he... Does he? Oh yeah, you can see it in this front left. Yeah, that's not the start that he would have wanted to a session, but yeah, just going back to what you were saying there about the strategy. It's just how you manage those tyres, as you said. Got a few out on hards, a few out on mediums, but we've also got a lot out on softs, and I am just going on board here with BMG Lewis. So Kyle, if you want, take the lap round spot with BMG Lewis.
So Lewis is about to go onto his first lap, powering down to from the pitch straight into the source, braking around about the 100 meter board. He wants to clip the apex and get a nice exit so he can get a really good run through the Kenmore Straight and Eau Rouge. He's about to come up to Eau Rouge now. He hits that up to Radion, clips the curb there, and now he wants to activate the DRS as soon as he can to get the best possible speed down the Kenmore Straight. Was a break around the 75 meter mark. Oh, he misses the apex there. That's not going to do well. He's not backside of the lap. Going into whatever this corner is called now. I think Broussard. Going to No Name now. He wants to clip the apex, gets a nice exit into Pouon. Now this is a very tricky corner if he can get this right without clipping that. Oh, he does clip it! Makes a mistake. I think that's going to invalidate him up there. Yeah, I think he's backed out of that one.
Yep, that's him backed out. That's not the start that he'd have wanted to his session, but as you can see here, even the championship leader struggling on his lap. Drift King Pro are just getting by Lewis there on his lap. So if you want to take, I think Drift King Pro's just ending his lap, so just run us through the final few moments.
He's releasing those 700 horsepower down onto Blanchimont. If he touches the corner, the curb, that is going to sprint now. He doesn't touch that, so it's a nice exit. Wants to break around the 100 meter board and he just clips the apex. Very nice slash chicane from Drift King Pro. What does he go and set for the first time in session? A 44.4. Very decent time for the first lap of the day. Jody and Palmer is actually...
Yeah, I was going to mention that as well. Yeah, it's again another, obviously people really struggling with this kind of track. It's a tricky one. I'm just going on board. Tom Gorian's about to finish his lap, and also Slazenger Dustin. Tom Gorian, he's going to come across the line. What time? Well, Tom Gorian sets a 1:45, but that's not bad. But then Slazenger Dustin, 1:43.8, absolute blows up the timing sheets there. A good bit ahead of Drift King Pro, and it's a good lap there by the Renault man.
So puts him on
professional full.
Don Omar, spun coming out of Pouon.
Yeah, that
again, a very
seems like that's
corner.
going to be a tricky one today. Yeah,
we might see a couple of crashes.
Yep, Paul up into P2 there, 1:44.4 for another decent lap, but still 6/10 off Slazenger Dustin, so he looks like the man to beat so far. I'm just watching
Norris
Denzel here.
Finish.
Oh.
Because P4. Very nice lap.
Still, 45 seconds. We can compare that to Denzel. He's just coming to the end of his lap now. What can he set? Can he beat Norris? Another man on the mediums. He's run out of VRS very early, not been saving that too well.
Oh,
and that's
enough
enough just to beat Exer Norris. 1/10 of a second he beats the XRT driver there, but still 1.6 seconds off though, but obviously on that harder compound as well. that will not do any good, so I'm assuming he'll go out again.
Kimi
Near
is on
the
his
end of
outlap.
this session.
He might. I don't know if he's
Yeah,
going to go on
he's
to
starting a lap.
might
Yeah,
go
that's
on to
going to
a
be tough
warm-up
one on the
lap.
hards. Yeah, so it looks like Kimi, he'll be qualifying on the mediums. He'll probably do either mediums to hards or mediums to softs, I imagine. But
Maybe so.
yeah,
We'll see how it works out in the
we've
race.
got a mix. Rampage coming out on the mediums. The former tier 1 driver demoted tier 2 quite early on
Oh,
this
Kimi
season, but
spun it at Radion. He's out.
oh, he's
He's
out.
crashed at Radion.
I just missed it. But yeah, that's not good. I'm just going on
Big
board with
crash for
Rampage
the
so you can
Haas
see
driver.
it. Yeah, very. What happened? Did he just spin the car?
He lost the rear whilst he was turning in, and it just came around and he smacked the wall. He has struggled
That's
at the start of the session as well, you know, spinning and getting wing damage at Puon. So it'd be interesting how he does from the back with the hard tyres now, I suppose.
they'll get a free choice, obviously, being
Yeah.
done outside the top 10. But yep, that's not what Kimi wanted. As I said, he was struggling at the start of that session, obviously with a spin early on, and then again there a spin, but this time leading to a retirement of the session. I'm just going, okay, no, Perez isn't on a lap. I thought Perez is on a lap. I don't think anyone is on a lap.
No, I
Red
don't want
saying
to
that Denz
outlast
will come
right
at the
now.
end of a lap actually. No, he comes at the pits. Tom Goring's in the pits. Perez isn't on a lap. XR Norris I think is on a lap though. Just coming up through Radion there at the Camel Straight. Can
Yeah,
he
he's
improve that lap?
17th start.
Actually, he has improved. He's already improved actually. I think he might have done that already. I apologise for that. He's already improved massively up into P4. A 44.9, so it's a good lap from him actually, beating S Perez on the soft. So it looks like XR Norris may have some good pace around here, especially on those mediums. Not too far off Slazenger Dustin, but we've still to see what's to come from BMG Lewis, Omar, Joe, Dongrang and Rampage. So all of those drivers still have to set a lap. BMG Lewis is, excuse me, on an out lap, as well as Dongrang and Omar. Rampage is just starting his lap now, coming into turn 1. Hopefully he can get a good lap in the bag early on.
Rampage coming up to Eau Rouge now, just where his team or Rampage been. I think that might be an invalidation there.
I think that could be, you could check on the race director if it is. It's not looking to be backing off though. So it looks
He
like
might not
the
be. He
Mercedes
might be on a
driver
warm-up
continues
lap.
on. Yep, he's backed up.
But yeah, he's invalidated it.
Yep, but this looks like it's going to be a tricky one. I'm just
Lewis is
starting
starting
on
his
board
lap
with
now.
BMG Lewis. Yep, if you want to take us on board with a lap, on board with
BMG Lewis just missed the apex at the source there. And now he's powering down past turn 2, up to turn 3, where Eau Rouge and Radion. Doesn't want to do what Kimi did and have a crash there. But he doesn't, he makes it through safely and he gets the DRS going. Now he wants to get, he doesn't want to lock up into this corner and miss the apex like he did on his last lap. He doesn't, he breaks a little bit early. Probably just wants to start a lap right now. Nice set of corners. Could have been a little bit faster, a little bit more aggressive, but Broussel was very nice. Got to no name now, clips the apex, lovely corner. Got it put on now where he did make a mistake in his last lap. What would he do now? He touches the curb again. He makes it through nicely though, as he powers back down to turn 13. Nice apex there, and another nice apex. Powers it through. Coming up to Stavolo now, and powering it down into the back straight. Very nice. I don't know how much he's up by, but I think he might be up, or at least close to Dustin. He's up to Bonchemont. Takes that nice and flat, and coming up to the tricky part of the sector. Going into chicane, clips the apex, clips that apex. Maybe could have lost a bit of time there on exit, but he does go second.
Ooh.
Just under a tenth off of Dustin right there. Who's actually on the
That
lap
looks like
right now.
Yep, he's just on the camel straight as we speak. But it looks like he could be these two going for the pole position, but we still can't count out Omar, who is set at 158, so I'm assuming he will be going
That's
again.
it, that's
Dongerang
right.
spun it at the bus stop chicane. Dongerang, not the way he'd wanted to do his session coming at the pits.
Dustin's
Right
a
now,
10th up on his
and
lap right now.
yeah, could be a good lap here from.
Going down to the pole on. Nice corner. He doesn't make a mistake there. He takes quite a wide line compared to Lewis there. He doesn't touch the apex just as much as Lewis. So these two drivers have a very different way of navigating this circuit, but they're both equally fast. Dustin is now got a Belgium just about to end his lap. This is another tricky part of the circuit, braking just around the 100 meter board. Wants to clip the apex of that, which he doesn't, but he might still improve. He does!
Wow.
4/10 over Lewis. An amazing lap, a 40. And Paul goes
Paul!
Paul has done a 43.4. Amazing lap from
Oh,
Paul.
big up, Paul. What a lap. Yeah, from the
What a
McLaren man, I'm not gonna lie. Wrote him off a little bit there, but out of nowhere, the McLaren man snatches it out, Slazenger Dustin's hands. There's still 5 minutes to go. BMG Lewis is just coming into the pits. Drift King Pro as well. We still can't let him off though, but he is 9/10 back of Paul. What a lap there from him, and really, I did not see that one coming, but a great lap from Slazenger Dustin, but it's just been bet there by Paul. But BMG Lewis, he's now got to 5/10 of a second and possibly more if he wants to get this pole position.
It's interesting how only 8 drivers in this session has actually set a time. So
Yeah,
Omar
definitely.
and Joe, Bongarang and Rampage have all got a set of time to try and get into that top 10 and probably further. Maybe the alternate strategy, use the soft, could work out very well for Denzel. We'll have to see. There's a yellow flag in sector 2. I think that's just Paul letting someone past.
Yeah.
Rampage has just gone into a lap. All the other
Exxon
people.
Norris, he's coming to the end of his lap, just coming into
Yeah.
kind of back straight now. He could actually be one of the challenges too. He had a decent lap on those mediums, so if Exxon Norris, I think this could possibly be his debut in RFL. Apologies if I'm wrong, but coming at the bus stop, I think he might be backing out. Or is he going? He's got 0 BRS, which is an interesting one there. But coming across the line here, it's not going to be pole position, but it
P4.
is P4. He just tipped Drift King Pro there. I said
I don't
just,
think he'll have
he's
enough time
4/10
for
in
another
it.
lap.
No, that'll be
His
him.
last
It was
lap of the
close to
session.
BMG Lewis as well though. So BMG Lewis, he looks like he's under a little bit of pressure around here. Paul's run out of fuel, so he's going to have to learn to back to the pits if he wants any chance. But I think Paul's session might be over. I don't think he'll be able to defend this lap, so all eyes are on Slazenger Dustin and BMG Lewis. Can they pip Paul for what would be a very, I would say surprised. I've never watched this here for a long while, but I did not see that one coming. This first lap was very poor. I'm just on
He's
going
not
on
doing
board
for
with
another
Rampage.
lap.
Is he?
He's in the top lap.
Might be. Well, there you go. He's giving it his all. It's not going to help the tyres one bit, but I'm just going on board with Rampage. Coming through the last couple of corners, coming through Bonchimon and into the bus stop chicane very soon. Can this be a good lap from Rampage? Can he get it in the top 10? If he sets a lap, he will be in the top 10. But can it be competitive enough to sneak into that top 5? Coming in the exit of the bus stop chicane here, coming across line. What lap will it be for Rampage? It's P6.
Nice lap from Rampage.
Decent
on the
lap.
softs.
Actually, decent lap. Just beating out S. Perez. Very close actually between the two. But that's a good lap from Rampage, and I'm pretty positive that will get him in the top 10.
The yellow flag in. Oh, that was just Rampage retiring from the session. His last run, the
Exxon
pass
Norris
makes his way out.
is run out of VRS. I don't think he's going to improve. He's going into the pits, but I don't think he's going to get much more out of this session, as there's only 1 minute 47 to go. And none of the top. Okay, I was going to say. Oh wow, this is close. So BMG Lewis has just come out the pits. Slazenger Dustin's not out the pits yet, so Slazenger Dustin's not getting another lap in at this rate. BMG Lewis has got 1 second of a margin. This is going to be extremely close. Drift King Pro's only very close by, I think just ahead of Lewis. So this is going to be nip and tuck if BMG Lewis actually gets to set a lap. Dustin's definitely not getting a lap in. But this could be pretty close. He's going to have to push. He's only got a few second margin. So this is going to have to be tight, and it's going to have to be a push on his out lap if he wants any chance to making it across the line. Paul's coming out now, but he's got no chance to make it across the line. We have the car corners, and that's... Yeah, I think he might come across a little bit of traffic. Yep.
Takes it nice and
sure
gingerly into
the
the car.
Yeah, I think you just want to try and get a lap in at this rate as he's getting by Slav. Justin, who's definitely not getting a lap in now, but I think it's looking good so far. This could be a good lap from Dongarang as he could just come down to no-name now, getting on that curb and exit and flinging the car in to the corner there. And coming up to a very tricky corner. We've seen drivers make mistakes all day. 7th gear on there, doesn't touch the curb on the inside and neatly navigates it around the corner here. Coming into a very tricky right left. We've seen Lewis Hamilton doing it in real life here, but Dongarang, he's better than Lewis Hamilton through the right left there, keeps it on the track and out onto the back straight here. He needs to get a good exit out of this corner if he wants any chance of a good lap there. Slightly wide, but keeping it on the track just about. Dongarang here could be on for a good lap. He's got the red fuel coming through Blanchimon now. Just getting that curb, flinging them a little bit wide. But now coming into the bus stop chicane here, there's a bit of traffic up ahead. That is BMG Lewis, or Tom Gorian, sorry, on a lap. But coming through the bus stop chicane now. Can Dongarang put this up the grid? It's not going to go, but it's P5.
Very nice.
That's a great lap from Dongarang actually.
Very nice. I'm
impressed with that. Ahead of Drift King Pro. But more importantly, Slazenger Dustin. Does Dustin get a lap? How has he got a lap in?
No. Has he?
Yep, he's on a lap.
Oh, wow, he's on the lap. Well done.
Is our timing's glitched?
It must be. Because Paul's on a lap as well.
Because... I don't know what a game this is.
This is a pole shootout as well.
BMG Lewis is just under a 10th up, so that's not enough for BMG Lewis at the moment. Paul also on a lap. This is going to be a close long 3. Apologies there, trying to watch the stream, but obviously our timing screen's a little bit different to the one in real life. I think Dustin's got an invalidation. I think that could have been an invalidation there from Slazenger Dustin. Don't count on him, but just through a look at the comment there, I thought he just maybe cut it, but obviously not. I think the first one out of the lot is BMG Lewis to come across the line. So into Stavro now, can he get a good lap here? The running one, but I think he can get away with that. I think he can get away with it. 6/10 up. This could be an absolutely brilliant lap here from BMG Lewis. This could be the lap he needs to get him back onto that pole position. Coming through Blanchimon now, not wanting to go. The nerves are going to stick, and he knows that he's 6/7 up. Into the bus stop chicane now. He's got his teammate Drift King Pro up ahead. That hopefully won't put him off too much. Drift King Pro, he's going to come across the line. It's only got him put in P5, but BMG Lewis comes across the line at 1:43.1, and he's got Paul. But all eyes are now on Paul and Slazenger Dustin.
Now. He's gone to the pit. Paul breaking out the 100 metre ball. Oh, he's backed off. BMG Lewis has got Paul. Very nice lap from him. A 43.1, 3/10 faster than anyone else on the circuit. Perez has also backed off, and that's the lap. That's the end of the session. Wow.
Brilliant lap there from BMG Lewis. Out of nowhere, Paul came out of nowhere, and then Lewis came out of nowhere, snatched it by 3/10 of a second. The championship leader is back on Paul, but Paul, he'll be coming out for a bit of revenge. But wait, is he on a lap? This is the most confusing thing ever.
No, he's finished.
Okay, yeah.
Let's wait for Perez now.
I said that the last time. Yeah.
So the order
okay, just need
for the race will start with BMG Lewis on pole, and Paul on the front row with him. If Paul can get a good start, then maybe he could sweep around the outside and up to Eau Rouge. So we could see a very good battle going up to Les Combes, where most of the overtakes will happen. You've got Dustin and Tom Gorian on the second row with XR Norris Drift King Pro on the 3rd, Dongarang and Rampage on the 5th. Oh, it's ended. I can't see the others now.
Yeah, but all that really matters for the front runners is BMG Lewis on pole. And what a lap that was, 3/10 of a second he got it, and I'll just once again run you through the grid. So BMG Lewis, as I mentioned, takes that pole position here in Spa. Paul, though, a good lap though, and P2 Slazenger Justin, very close behind a lot of them. And P3 Tom Goring, someone we didn't mention actually, up into P4 for only 5/10, so do not count out Tom Goring. Joshua XR Norris, I think on his debut P5, that's a good showing from him. Drift King Pro in P6. Dongarang dropped down to P7, but still a good lap from him. Rampage in P8, S-Prez in P9, and then T10 Denzel runs out the top 10. Julian Palmer, who retired at the start of the session, somehow going to start P11. Omar is going to start 12th. Joe is going to start 13th, and then Kim the Iceman and 14th, and then Rampage. And I think, is that it? Or did Rampage?
Yeah, that's Rampage set a lap. He's
okay. So that I think that's all the grid. If I'm right in saying.
Yeah.
Yep.
Artie,
oh no, Artie, sorry.
Artie's
Artie's managed to join the session. So Artie will be starting at the back of the grid, default setup. It's going to be a tough one for who,
especially on those
gonna be in the
straights.
Mercedes. Yep, he's definitely going to feel the burn here, but I wouldn't count him out. He could definitely sneak in and get a good chunk of points. So just to if any are wondering, Joe and Artie are on the mediums. They are the only two outside the top 10. And also T10 Denzel, he qualified on the medium, so he will be starting on the tyres. Everyone else looks like they'll be starting on the soft tyre. So I think they'll be taking them about 10-11 laps. No, that's too much. 5-6 laps. Then on the mediums. Right,
yeah,
that.
around there. The softs will fall off quite quickly, so whoever's on the mediums will have a pretty good run. Lewis, we want to keep him nice and slow to keep those medium tyres cold.
Yeah, and I think he knows that. He's had plenty of poles this season. He will want to make this one a win. But this is going to be an interesting turn one. We've seen it in real life. We've got chaos in turn one. And then
especially in 2018.
Definitely in 2018. And up through Eau Rouge and Radion. And onto the Camel Straight, just where we're on board right now with Dustin. This is going to be a slipstream fest, and we can have some beautiful overtaking. 3 wide action. I've seen it in real life. Can we see it in RFL? Hopefully, for our sake. But I think this could be a good one. I think I would count if Dustin gets a good start and gets a good exit out of turn 1. He could definitely take the lead. There's no doubt in my mind that he can't take the lead. All he needs is a good start, not drop behind Tom and Norris, and we could definitely see him take the lead of this race. The Camel Straight's so long, and that slipstream, obviously no DRS is at lap 1, but the slipstream is extremely effective still, and that could be the deciding factor for the lead of the race. But it is a 22 lap race, it's a long lap, so anything can happen.
Denzel will be starting on the medians, but they will be used, so that's higher where it might factor in.
That's what he'd have wanted.
No, but the 2 cars behind him, 11th and 12th, are on the softs, but then Joe, Kimmy and Artie are on the mediums. So they really want to warm them up to try and get the best start as possible, and try and make their way up to the top 10.
Yeah, definitely, I agree with that. But this is a bit interesting one. Lewis hasn't done the best of jobs, I would say. Actually, no, he's done alright of rounding out the grid. There's a little bit of a gap, but actually, there's a little bit of a gap, but nothing too bad. He's done a good job there, is Lewis, as he's now been took control of. And coming into his grid slot, this is it. The nerves are kicking in. BMG Lewis, can he get yet another win this season? Well, you'll have to find out. Paul, though, great lap. Will he pressure him into turn 1? You're all just about to find out in a few moments.
This is where the drivers will get a bit of nerves. They want to focus on that start.
Yep, and here the start is. The lights are on in front of the drivers. It's 5 red lights. And away we go. It's a delayed start there for the drivers, but Lewis has got a great start down into turn 1. He will go. He's got a clean air down into turn 1. Paul's in P2. Alexander Norris is up into P4, but more importantly, Lewis keeps that lead coming down up into Eau Rouge. But the slipstream, here it is. Paul slip in behind Alfa Romeo. Can he get the run? He needs a bit of a tank slapper. And there's that Dustin round, and Dustin is in the wall.
Dustin is in the wall.
Is out already. But Paul and Lewis slips from each other. Paul moves out to the right, but Lewis defends it. Brown Davis had a bit of contact between the two. Lewis moving all over the shop. Paul backs out of it. Tom Goring up into P3. Drift King Pro to P4, and XR Norris dropped into P5 after that.
Oh, there's a crash.
But
there's another crash.
Dustin is down. Oh, massive crash there. Oh no.
Oh,
I think
the XR Norris has tapped the back of the, or someone has tapped the back of someone, and just chaos has ensued. What a start from RC though, from last in the grid to P8.
Amazing
start, taking advantage.
Actually, and he might be going for a move on Omar, but he's got that curb, and close stuff there between the two, but I'm looking at this. I don't want to say, but Lewis extremely aggressive there on that camel straight into Lake Hom.
Definitely.
That was
kept in a position.
I don't want to say it was dangerous, but I would say Paul had to back out numerous times from Lewis moving. But he's going to have to do a bit more defending. He's got a great run here through Blanchimont. Can he get the move into the box stop chicane? He looks like he might be going for it. He moves to the outside, Lewis defends to the inside. Can he make the move? No, Lewis just a bit too late on those brakes. But what Lewis probably shouldn't have done there, he compromised his run a little bit there. Luckily he got the good run out of the bus stop, but he didn't need to take that defensive line. Paul wasn't alongside, and he could have easily just took the racing line there. Missing. Oh, that's actually quite
Tom, if he gets a good exit, he could get him.
Yeah, definitely actually. This is going to be a bit of a slipstream battle. Drift King Pro's already dropped back a little bit. But
I wonder if Tom would just stay back and let these two battle to keep his tyres in shape, and then maybe in the next few laps.
And that's Alfari out. Oh, and I think Palmer out as well with it. That is not the start either of them would have wanted. Alfari after a great start there, retiring only 2 laps into this race. That is disappointment there for... he's in Mercedes, I'm not too sure what he is in normally. Julian Palmer in the Williams, he's not too happy about that either. He's now left the session. Unfortunate for them, so we've already got 3 retirements and 2 people in the pit lane nearly a lap behind. So it's been a chaotic start so far to this Spa RFL Tier 2 Grand Prix, but I don't think the action will stop just yet. We've got a 3-way fight for the lead here. BMG Lewis, Paul and Tom Goring all just sitting within each other's DRS, and when this DRS gets enabled this lap, I think we could possibly see some overtaking. I think definitely Joe and Omar, 2 Ferrari boys, getting nice and close up in P7.
As well as Norris, all separated by around 6/10.
Yeah. I think what's important though is Joe's on those mediums, so he's probably going a little bit slower at the moment, but definitely keep an eye on him in a few laps and just keep an eye on these top 3. I'm not making too much movement. Just coming at the bus stop chicane, I'm going to keep an eye on Joe. 2 Ferrari boys. Oh, Joe's kept it. No, he's not. He's in the wall.
If Paul can get
damage.
If Paul can get a good exit. Oh, going down the inside of the source. No, he thinks better of it. He wants the DRS. Going down to the Kemmel straight. He's in low ERS, so he doesn't want to catch him right here. But this is where he pumps it up. Full beans down into Eau Rouge. Lewis goes a bit wide. Another tank slapper from Paul. Those rear ends, the rear tyres screaming as he goes for a move on BMG Lewis. He's got it.
It's easy as you like. I think Lewis is playing it smart there. He's put it in 0, he's letting him have it, and he's just going to sit in the DRS. That's smart there from Lewis if he's doing what I thought. And now, Norris and Omar. Norris getting on the grass here to overtake Omar, but he gets a move there. Probably a bit more risky than he would have wanted, but he gets the move done there into Lake Hom. But probably he could have done that a lot different ways.
Joe's got a penalty.
First penalty. But he spun it, he's pity on hards, he's going to take those hards then. I don't think he'll be getting too much action today now. Just see it out. And Paul, 7/10, 8/10 of a gap here to BMG Lewis. So BMG Lewis hasn't really got the pace at the moment to keep up with Paul. And he's now fallen under the clutches of Tom Goring.
Paul can extend this gap. I don't think he will because of the slipstream now, but...
Yeah, but if he can though, that will be massive. I think he's actually saving the ERS a bit. He's down into a low ERS. And this could actually allow Lewis to overtake him, but I don't think Lewis is going to do it. I think Lewis might play this one smart. And just sit behind the McLaren, just save the ERS. But he's not
what will be interesting though, is what Tom does now. Because he can stick behind and keep his tyres in shape, or he can whack out the full beans and try and make the move on Lewis and try to get P2 and maybe P1.
Talking about the full beans, I think Lewis could be going for it. He's got it in low, high overtake now. Is he going for the move, or is he just going to sit in DRS here? Oh, as you say, getting really wide there, using all that track limits possible. But in the DRS, he's got it in overtake. He is not hanging on this time. As you would see, he's got the full beans as T10 Danzel retires from the session, but round the outside, BMG Lewis goes there. Room given on the outside, but just not enough for BMG Lewis to go round the outside. He's going to have to back off until they come to go, and I think that will have to be Paul taking the lead, or staying in the lead, sorry, for another lap. But I don't think Lewis is too bothered. And something I just want to quickly point out is Hungarian only 29% DRS, so he's obviously pushing to keep up with these two boys. But the more they battle, the more time they're going to lose, and the easier this will get for Tom Gordon.
What's interesting now is that basically the only strategy in the top 10 is softs. So pretty much everyone's just going to be pitting on the same around the same lap, no risk from the medium runners.
True, that's Omar. Omar is already around, so another Ferrari. 2 fall victims to this brutal Spa track. Unfortunately for Omar, he was up in I think P6 or P7 there. That's not what he'd have wanted, but just looking at attention to the lead for this race here. Paul under a lot of pressure from BMG Lewis. He's got it in 0 ERS, but Lewis may have to go for the move here. And at the bus stop, he's going to think better of it and back out, but I think he will want to go for it once again in the DRS. Crossing the line now.
A bit of oversteer coming out from there. Will not help him.
He seems like he's struggling a little bit on these tyres. And this is Lewis's time. It definitely depends just out of Leeds Austria. Down into Eau Rouge. Can he get the slipstream? He wants to time this right though, because you do not want to catch him at this point, because you're going to have to back off. But yep, he's had to back off there, and that's not what he'd have wanted too much. But he's still right behind that McLaren, DRS enabled, slipstream enabled, and I don't think Paul is going to fight it. And that is going to allow Lewis to take lead here, but is it going to allow Tom Gordon to go round the outside? He might just do it. Paul had to defend there, but good enough defence for Paul, and that means Tom Gordon is going to have to stay behind for another lap at least.
I like what Tom's doing though. He's keeping his tyres in check. He's saving that ERS. Apart from just there, he whacked up the full beans.
He's still at 25% now, 30% now, so that he's still definitely pushing. But this is good though for Tom, because if he can stay with these boys, he's going to just allow that gap to just go out to Drift King Pro, and if it means he just gets third, I'm sure he'll be pretty happy with that.
If I was Tom, then I'd save that ERS, back off a little bit, just stay in DRS though, and try the undercut. Because by the end of this stint, those softs are going to be screaming, and very slow compared to the fresh mediums that he'll put on. So we'll see what he does. Maybe Paul can try the undercut as well. But for now, I think Lewis has just got it in control. He's got quite a bit of ERS. He's got 70%. There's a yellow flag. I think someone's just gone a bit wide.
Yeah, but into turn 1 there, Paul putting a lot of pressure on their BMG Lewis. He's trying to get the exit out of turn 1 here, and down the straight they will go, and this is a chance for Paul, and I think he will get the move here, unless he makes a major error coming through Eau Rouge and Radion. He's in this DRS. Will Tom Gordon want to get involved here? He's got the full beans up, and Paul in the slipstream, he pulls out to their outside there of BMG Lewis, but now Tom Gordon, he wants in the action. He's going to pull out to the outside of BMG Lewis. BMG Lewis loses 2 positions in the one straight. Tom Gordon up into P2, Lewis down to P3, and even more important, Paul made that move up into P1, but Lewis is not done yet. Will he make a move into this corner? No, he thinks better of it. But what Lewis doesn't want is Tom, because no disrespect to Tom, but I think Paul's got more pace than Tom at the moment. So this is not what if Tom drops off this lap he wants, but something I want to mention. BMG Lewis, 95% TRS. That's
No,
impressive
he
stuff
is.
there.
Oh, he's 100 now.
100 now.
He's definitely saving for something. He might possibly try the undercut now. That gap between
I'm
Paul
not
and
sure when the
Tom
pit
is
window
8
is, so
tenths. I think it's around now.
I'm not done much of Spa, if I'm being honest. But look at that gap to Paul and Tom, 9 tenths. The DRS, I don't think will be broke, but definitely
He's
can
not
be.
gaining
It
a
might
lot.
be now, as BMG Lewis is backing off. I thought he was going to go for a Mother's yellow flag sector once dog rang around once again. But does any of them pit? Tom Gordon stays out, Lewis stays out, and Paul stays out. But is this striking time for Lewis? Surely, I think if I was him, I'd want to get by Tom Gordon. So we'll see what he does.
Tom's in the DRS now. He might try up this straight, but I don't see much
Tom
of the
go for the
point.
move. Can we see Tom Gordon take the lead in this race? I would like to see
I don't
that.
think he's got the DRS for him because Paul's got. Actually, Paul's got not as much DRS as well. He's actually in overtake.
Yeah, they're both in overtake now. This is brilliant for Lewis. Lewis is loving this. You see, he's just saving the RS. These two are now on 8 and 17%. And there you go, Lewis is just chilling there with 75%, and he's loving life at the moment. So really good stuff. I'm just going to quickly move her back. Look, Perez was in the back of Omar there, but it might have dropped off a little bit. Apologies, we've not been shown a lot of the mid because Omar retires
in the wall.
Omar, unfortunately, he's going for a good race, a good handful of points there, but ended pretty disappointingly. I'm assuming that was at the top of Radion. It's really, you really hate to see it, but Omar, hopefully he can get a better result next week in Monza, so wish him the best of luck for next week. But our attention flips back once again to these three, giving us an absolute epic battle. Dustin picking up a 3-second penalty.
Those tires for Paul are hurting.
Yeah, I think we could possibly see an overtake for Tom Gordon, and I think we are down into
inside.
Can this be the move? What a move! Like, you do not see it at all, but I think that was tactical from Paul, because now he's getting that DRS, and will he be pitting this lap as well? Will any of them pit this lap? Paul doesn't, Lewis doesn't, and Tom Gordon doesn't just yet, but give it a few more laps because Paul looks like he's struggling. But Tom Gordon takes the lead of this race, but I don't think it will be for long. Down into lane source they go. On the exit, can Tom get a good exit? He definitely does. His Dongrang is just sneaking out on the exit. Get a bit of
it seems as though they're all pitting this lap.
It definitely could be XR Norris is pitting this lap. So there you go. But on the camel straight here, this is Paul's chance. £2 once again. I don't think Tom's going to defend it as much round the outside. He is going to go and he's going to make the move into the com. And there you have it. It is now Paul as your race leader and Tom Gordon getting a bit of a moment there under a bit of pressure from Lewis, but as I said, Lewis is just chilling. He's enjoying this slap from the DRS.
Again, he's got 97% ERS. He's definitely
really impressive.
He's definitely managing that
Norris
well.
are pitted for mediums. So I think this is a lap. I think this could be the lap they'll pit BMG Lewis.
Maybe Lewis will go for the overcut.
If I was Lewis, I'd have pitted last lap and used that 100% DRS he has, and see if he could try and break the DRS even, because I think that they'll be quite slow at this rate. In my opinion, I don't think they're going too fast on these softs now. They've been on them for technically 9 laps if you include the qualifying lap. So yeah, they're definitely struggling. Will Tom go for the same move? I think he is. Paul's got it in 0 ERS. He pulls over the right and basically just lets him through. Yep, that's as simple as you like through Blanchimon. He goes. Paul's still hanging it there a little bit, but probably not too much as Lewis is very close. Do any of them pit? That is the thing. Lewis pits, so this is it. The undercut is triggered, and this is Lewis's chance. These two want to avoid fighting at all costs. So, because if they two get caught up squabbling with each other, then Lewis has definitely got a very good undercut on the Sam C pits for the medium competitive tires. But I'm just going to quickly check
stop from Lewis.
Paul and Tom. Paul gets a great run up through Old Rouge and Radion, and he's in the DRS and he's in the slipstream. Tom's defending this though, but it looks like it will be a simple move there for Paul round the outside into Lecombe. I wouldn't say easy as you like, but not too tricky move there from Paul, as he's kind of had it all race. Important as well though, BMG Lewis in the clean air. As I said, look, he's got the overtaking ability. He's going to be pushing this lap to the limit to try and get the undercut. Because if he can get the track position, and then Tom and Paul start squabbling, I think he can definitely easily win this race.
He's definitely given it everything he's got. Just the grip he's got over Paul and Tom is immense. You can just see it in the lap and how well they're turning. Tom and Paul are correcting almost every corner, just getting understeer, and Lewis, he's just sticking to the road. He's definitely got this. He's definitely undercutted them. Sorry. The question is though, by how much will it be by?
Yeah, that's the most important thing. These two using their ERS to the absolute limit, really trying to give it their all. But I think, as you said, Lewis has got this undercut. Will Paul pit this lap? Yes, he will. Tom going into
They both
it?
come
Yes, he
in.
will. This is it. We're going to go on board with BMG Lewis.
He's definitely got them.
I don't think definitely. I think it may be close between the two. I think it could be close coming into the bus stop chicane out of the last corner. Whereabouts are they? They're not even in the pit
Tom's
box
gone up.
yet. I know it's drifting.
Right, they're out.
Tom doesn't jump him. But more importantly, BMG Lewis is soared by through turn 1 and out he goes.
They're still close.
Paul is pretty close.
In DRS
I'd
range
say
still.
Is it? I don't know. 8-10s. But he won't get DRS though.
No, not this lap, but... Oh, if
Wow,
Lewis can...
penalty for
Oh, he's
Lewis.
got a penalty now. Let's see how many warnings
DRS,
Paul's
I'm
on.
gonna check the
Paul has one
warnings.
warning.
Paul's only got the one warning. And
Going it's none.
Ooh.
Interesting. If that's a safety car now, Lewis will go down quite far.
Yeah, I don't think quite far, just third I think at this rate. But do what's interesting, he's broke the DRS. That DRS is effectively broken. To all
They're all
clear,
on
it's
the DRS
1.1. Just over 1 second for Tom. So I wouldn't count this out for Lewis just yet. There's still 12 laps to go here. And he's used up a lot of ERS, but he's still got a lot more than Paul. But this is a crucial point in the race for Lewis here. He needs to use all this ERS, possibly not having it none. He bumps up into high, but Paul has got it all. Lewis needs to push on here. 9/10 of a second. Lewis hasn't done it. It's frustrated to watch. Lewis.
I think Tom's out of this race now. If Paul sticks in DRS, then they're just going to fly away. Unless they keep on fighting. Which, from the previous laps, is pretty common.
But he's getting the DRS. It's going to bring him nice and close once again. BMG Lewis hits the fastest lap, there's yellow flags, who's that? Perez. Oh, Perez had a moment there. And he loses a position to XR Norris.
Oh, he's got wing damage
as well. Yeah, but he dies it into the pit lane. That's disappointing stuff there for Perez. He was doing so well up in 5th place there. But this track, takes no prisoners in again. Another crack. Paul's basically out of ERS. Oh wow. Yeah, he's now
3%.
3, 2, 1, and that's 0. But he's obviously going to gain it back up through here. But Lewis,
and Tom,
he's not got much either. Oh, pretty giving it all, and it's what you love to see here in this tier 2. Every single one of those drivers really wanting to push for the tier 1 seat next season. It's a highly competitive league, tier 1 and tier 2. So I think they've all got what it takes. If I'm being honest, Joe picking up a penalty there, but I think all 3 drivers in their own rights are good enough, and I think there are a few others as well in the tier. It might not be racing, but Lewis, if he can get a win, this would be big for his championship. I think it's 19 points or something like that. I'm going to quickly check. I'm not too sure, but I don't know where Paul is. I don't know how often Paul's been racing or whereabouts he is. I'm going to just quickly check for you right now. Using the RFL Twitter, big up the RFL Twitter.
Tom's gap is now 2.1 to Paul.
19 points, I was right. So, Paul
Really gonna
basically
struggle to bring it
turned
back.
up. Paul's retired a lot, let's just say that. So Paul's just consistency's been really lacking. And he's only finished once, if I'm following that right. And that was a 5th place. So really, obviously lacking a lot of consistency this year. So this could be his best finish of the season, only his 2nd finish. While Lewis has finished every single race and only not turned up to 1. And his lowest finish has been 5th.
Right, they're
7th, so
very close.
Azerbaijan.
3/10 separates them.
He's going for
down
it.
to
He's
the.
going for it. Lewis
He's
is
definitely
saving
going
the
for
DRS.
it. He's gonna get it done before the DRS is open. He's already got it done.
Okay. I wonder
Amazing.
what's happening there then with this.
But Lewis does have
Because-
about 60% ERS compared to Paul. But Paul's 15.
Oh.
So Lewis could be
I
playing a
think
long
it's
game
a
here.
penalty that's gonna. It's a penalty that's gonna cost Lewis. 100%. This penalty is gonna cost Lewis the race win. If anyone is just tuned into the stream, this is RFL Tier 2 we've got. It was a 3-way battle at one point between Tom Gorey and BMG Lewis and Paul. BMG Lewis got the undercut on the both of them as he gets a bit of a moment there. Getting an undercut on the both of them, but he has a 3-second time penalty that Paul or Tom
Tom
Gorey
is
don't
catching quite heavily. He's closed it down from a 2.1 to a
Yeah,
1.6. He definitely wants to
Do I
get back
think
in that ERS.
Do you know what I think, which is always quite amazing in Lewis, his ERS saving is amazing. 84% already, it was 20% a few laps ago, so he's playing it smart. But I think Wolfram Lewis is get him soon, as he's going to make a move already, but he's backing off, he's playing it smart, he knows what he's doing, he's not going to go for a move, he's going to back off. Yeah, Paul's... But if I'm Lewis, you kind of need to go for it, because you don't want to lose time to Tom Gorey in behind, because at this rate you're going to finish 3rd. As he's now getting... He's going to get the move done, he's got to go round the outside,
Round the
forcing Paul
outside.
to move down, or round the outside.
But now
into the
Paul's going to get
exhaust.
the DRS on Lewis.
Exactly. And if I was Paul, I wouldn't overtake him, just sitting his DRS. Sitting his DRS, you've got the win in the bag. But now Tom Gorey's closing up 1.2 seconds, he's not going to get the DRS this lap. But if these two continue to squabble the way they are, it could definitely come down, and actually Paul's pushing, but not a lot as he comes into Le Comte. Not too much between them now, 2/10 for a second, 1.8 though. That DRS really helping Paul there extend that gap to Tom Gorey in behind.
The battling though is helping him sometimes
Who's that
catch
off?
up.
Dongerang. Okay. Dongerang's off, but he should still get a point at the end of this race. If he
Yeah.
can cruise on till then.
A lonely race.
So he'll be happy. Yeah, but he'll probably take it, I'm assuming, so yeah.
A lonely race for most of the grid, to be fair, apart from the top 3. The closest
there's
gap
not
being
too many
2
other battles
seconds.
going on. Just quickly apologise to the midfield, honestly, we've not really been focusing too much on them. I'll just quickly mention how we've got Drift King Pro 4th, got Exar Norris, I think on his debut in 5th, Rampage in 6th, Joe on those hards, I think who had that incident lap 1, he's doing well, Perez has had that incident as well, he's doing well in P8, and I'm going to now quickly switch back to the battle for the lead here. Paul and Lewis
up the
down the
Blanchimont.
inside. Up the Blanchimont, he's done it,
Good
up the
move from Paul.
Blanchimont. Yep, I think Lewis is playing him at his own game though. I think he's allowed not getting the
I
DRS.
think Tom might get DRS here.
If he pushes, he'll get it.
He's in 8
Yep,
tenths.
he's going to get it. 8/10. He's
Tom
not
is
getting
back
it here.
in the race.
Tom is back in the race. So Tom could be your race winner. That excites me. I'm not trying to be
Paul
biased here,
is
but
still
Tom
on one
Gorey
more
winning
now.
the race is a pretty legendary thing. But
Tom is
B&G
on
Lewis, these two are scrapping here. I can see it coming. Lewis is saving the RS, so do you like? I think what Lewis has done wrong here is it is allowed Tom to catch up, because that was a 2-second gap at one point. And even if it's going to be second, it's probably going to be 3rd at this rate. Drift King Pro's too far back to challenge Lewis to get the 3rd. But I think if Lewis looks back at this, he might be a little bit disappointed, because I think at this rate he's going to get 3rd place, and that penalty is really going to cost him. He's coming in no name.
He's made a
Paul,
mistake.
massive moment there. Oh, massive moment there. He's got away with
Just
it.
keep it up.
I don't think he's got any damage. He didn't get a warning either, which is definitely important for him. Does he? I don't think he's got damage.
How he kept up the wall, I don't know. He got up on
That's
the grass and
impressive, but
everything.
he's not got damage, visible no damage. So luckily, Vorpal gets away with a massive mistake. They're getting too trigger happy on the throttle there, but keeping it out of the wall most importantly, and staying ahead.
He's
of
actually
the
gained time.
Lewis.
He's pulled away a
Well,
little bit
17th
from
per
Lewis through
second.
that as well.
But it's the ERS he's struggling with, which Lewis has in all of them. But what might play, I think there's dog rank coming through Blanche 1 now, actually getting in the curb and spinning. Oh, he's retired, he's definitely out. Yep, and dog rank out the session. No points for him, unfortunately, but
A hard
what
race.
this, yeah, it's a tough one for dog around, but it is how it is. And B&G Lewis now on the back of Paul once again. I don't think I think he's just happy sitting in DRS. If I'm going to be honest with you, I don't think he's...
He doesn't need to do anything else, really.
Yeah, he's not... I don't think at this rate he's going to get much else. If I was him, though, is maybe push past Paul and try and see if Tom and Paul can get caught squabbling, and then try and get second or maybe even...
Lewis goes back for
and
it.
as I say it, he's going for it. Maybe he's listened. P1 it is for BMG Lewis, and now he has to push Tom Gorey.
He really wants to push
Really-
for this 3-second gap now. To keep this win.
Yeah, I don't... Oh wow, they're actually really
Pull
battling
them.
there. Truly calm. Round the outside, they're going to make contact, surely Paul, round the outside there. Oh, a bit of contact. You never really see it, but Lewis is going to run him out of the road, surely. And they're doing it in no name.
This could be a
Paul's got the
crash.
inside line. What
Whoa.
a move from the McLaren. Great driving between the both of them, great respect.
Up
But
the
Paul
inside of no
comes
name.
out as the leader, but great driving there from the two of them. And
Now Tom is right on the back of
Lewis.
them.
Lewis right up his back now, and down the inside on the exit there. What a move, what driving between the both of them there. And now Lewis takes the lead of the race. Great driving there.
Tom tried to look at the inside of Paul there to get at the inside of Stavilo, but he thinks better a bit, stays behind him. Maybe he'll try and get him up Blanchemont, which I think he is.
I think he might. Up the Blanchemont.
He's pushing him.
Is it round the outside? If these two get
Up
caught
the chicane.
battling, though, we could see Lewis take this one. I'm just saying, if these two start battling, we could definitely see BMG Lewis take this one, but the DRS there on that camel straight is extremely powerful, and probably just not enough at this rate.
If Dustin didn't have that lap one incident, we might see
Yeah,
seen
we'd have
a
a four-way fight.
four-way fight for the win.
Yeah, definitely. Well, we see Tom Gorey go for the move now. Through Eau Rouge and up to Radion they go. Tom's got the run, he's got it the full beans, but Paul also has the full beans. But I think Paul's running really low wings, because Tom's not even got a chance to close in there, and he's going to have to stay behind that McLaren for one more lap at least.
Rampage and Joe are quite close together, 7/10 separating the both of them.
Yeah, I think Rampage should get this move. I just can go on board with this one. It's not really we've not seen much midfield action today. I'm going to just quickly keep an eye, make sure we're not missing any of the front action, but I don't think we will. Rampage and next Joe here. Joe, bit of lag there.
Backs off a little bit.
I think they're both lagging. I'll keep an eye on it. I don't think Rampage is going to get the move there in early comms, but have to
No,
get an eye
he's-
though.
he's-
He's saving the RS. Yep. Yeah, no move will be made at the moment, but focusing attention back to this amazing fight we've had at the front between BMG Lewis. Paul running a little bit late, did get on the gravel and actually going to leave him slightly vulnerable to Tom Gorey behind. And I think Tom Gorey might know this though. Paul's got it in 0 ERS, but technically Paul and Tom, this is a battle for the lead between these two, between Paul and Tom, because BMG Lewis has that penalty. This is technically the battle for the lead between these two, and Lewis is just there chilling out a little bit as Lewis really deep into that corner, nearly getting tagged from Paul there. Paul getting a massive moment on the exit.
Tom
this
still
could
has
be-
no warnings, and Paul only has the one on the first lap. Well,
So
whilst
I don't
Lewis
think, I'm
has a
not
penalty
seeing any
and a
of these two
warning.
getting penalties. I don't know how he's done that though. I suppose it's just Radion, but yeah, it's not ideal for Lewis. As Paul's cut that completely, that's definitely a warning for Paul.
Check.
Wow.
Yeah,
for
his
sure it
first
must be.
warning of the race.
As he's in the Saturday Monday DRS, he's going to get the inside. Too late come. Lewis gives him bare minimum room, but enough room for him to go for the move. But Paul decides to back out of it now. But all it takes is for one small mistake from Paul, and the race win goes to Tom Goring, because it's 1 warning now. That's all that's in it. Unless his warning wasn't. Was it? Wait.
He's only got the 1 more now. He needs 2 more for a penalty.
Exceeding track limits, so first lap. Did he not get a warning there? Completely cut
not
in
for
the corner.
Paul.
Yeah, he's got 2 warnings.
Oh, wait, yeah, he's on 2
He's got 2
warnings.
warnings. So it's
forgot
one
about
mistake.
that.
That's all it takes. But also,
If
say
I
if
was
I'm
Tom,
Tom
I'd try
Goring,
and
I
force
want to
him.
get. If I'm Tom Goring, I'm not too sure if he's aware of Lewis's penalties. But if I'm Tom Goring, I want to get ahead of Paul. You want to get ahead of Paul at this rate, because this is technically the fight for the race win between Paul and Tom Goring. But Perrett is picking up a penalty there, but coming through here, Tom Goring's all over the back of the McLaren, but the McLaren's all over the back of the Alfa Romeo. It's 3-way slipstream there. It is going to be Paul round the outside of BMG Lewis. Tom backs out round the outside into the bus stop chicane. The McLaren versus Alfa Romeo, but the Alfa Romeo breaking a little bit later there and keeping it just ahead of the McLaren.
If I was Tom here, I'd try and give Paul a little bit of a friendly nudge. Try and get him that warning. Get him that 3-second penalty. Might be a little bit cheeky,
obviously,
but
I don't think he was obviously not aware of the warnings that he has, but he needs to make the move now. He's closer than ever, 0.2, 3 of a second. Will he make the move now? Coming up through the exit of Radion, he's on the camel straight, got the DRS, but Paul importantly got that DRS from Lewis, and I think that is what is keeping him ahead every lap as they're just coming into the com now. Not much
with DRS.
either of the drivers can do.
Paul with DRS has a 10 mile per hour gain over Lewis on the straight, and that is mega.
That's mad.
Got a no name now. All 3 drivers driving an excellent race.
Sorry to interrupt there. I actually think Lewis is the quicker out of the 3 drivers. I think he's just. I think it's close. It is really close because all 3 drivers have been absolutely phenomenal today and put on an excellent show. Great driving and sportsmanship between all 3 of them. So plaudits to them. But Lewis is. I think that penalty is going to cost him this race win, because I think if it wasn't for that, I could see him defending and holding on to this win. And will we see any antics coming on this time as we come onto the back straight once again?
I think it might be
not
a
as close
more
as we were last
calmer
lap.
approach.
Yep, it looks like it's going to be a lot more camera just coming into the 4 laps to go now. So it's really going to get intense. It's going to go right down to the wire between Paul and Tom Goring, it looks, but do not. All it takes is one slight mistake, one lock up and runs wider, just one moment when he just misses a corner and cuts it. One warning from Paul, and it's a penalty. Tom Goring only has the 1 warning, I think, or no warnings, and Lewis has that penalty. Coming up, or down I should say, then up, as Lewis has a massive moment there, and that's definitely going to leave him vulnerable. But Tom Goring also, he's onto the back of Paul here, so this could be a 3-way fight here for the lead. Paul goes down the inside there of BMG Lewis, down the inside into the com. Can he make the move? It's close, and Paul's round, and this means Paul's round. Oh,
this means Tom's won the
massive.
race.
And at this rate, Tom Goring is the winner of this race. Not counted out just yet. Sam Lawrence takes a 5-second penalty.
Joe's fun whilst
massive.
that went on.
What? I'm sorry?
I think Joe spun at Blanchimont.
Oh wow.
And I think he's escaped the no damage, I believe.
Sam Lawrence is picked, I think, for, I'm assuming, fastest lap. Get a cheeky fast lap point in there for Sam Norris, but wow, incredible scenes here. 3 laps to go, and Paul down the inside of Lewis into Lecon, and they make contact, and Paul has been spun round, and what is going to be at least a second place is going to turn into a 3rd place, and at this rate, it looks like it is going to be a Tom Goring win. If I'm right in saying it's his 2nd win of the season, I think I've commented 2 races in RFL Tier 2. This is my 2nd one, and at this rate, Tom Goring will win them both. I'm not too sure if he's only won the one this season at Baku, because I remember commentating that race. But I might not have even won that one.
If Paul gets a penalty, then
Nope.
Driftkin Pro will be on the podium.
Yeah.
Now,
Wow.
I reckon his tyres might be a little bit hot after that, and it shows. Drift King Pro is catching up, has caught around 3/10 that after that
Yeah,
spin.
he's really getting level now, and Paul doesn't have anything, he's just still got the 2 warnings from the last time we checked, but if Drift King
Or
Pro
an
can
equally
just
RS.
oh, and just looking at the battlefield light, there we go, Lewis and Tom. Tom doesn't want to make the same mistake that Paul did, but round the outside into Lacombe, side by side on the braking, but Lewis, he's going to let Tom through, he's aware of the penalty, he's going to play this one smart, and at this rate Tom Gorian's took the lead, and at this rate it looks like Tom Gorian is going to take the win.
Amazing driving from Tom. He stayed there and thereabouts the whole race, and now he's ready to pounce. Just when the front two made mistakes, of course, Paul with the spin. I don't know. I was watching at the time, so I don't know if it was caused by
Lewis
anyone
goes
else.
really wide
Lewis
here.
gone off. He's lost a lot of time.
Really wide.
And of course, he's
Paul's
got a
wide as well, is that a penalty? That's a penalty for Paul, and that's Drift King Pro possibly on the podium. This is Drift King Pro's chance to get a podium here. 2.6 seconds between it here. Paul from possibly a win down to P4. He's going to have to make 4/10, now 3/10 of a second up in these next remaining laps. This is going to be a close one indeed. Excellent, Norris picking up a penalty as well then. Wow, this is... Wow, look at Tom Gorian, he's absolutely flying out there. 1.3 seconds and he's broke the DRS, and this is looking like a comfortable one even on track for him at the moment. Just looking at this battle for P3, 2.8 seconds now. This is going to be a close one, it's going to go down right to the wire between Paul and Drift King Pro.
Now, I don't think Drift King Pro knows of the penalty just yet, so I think he's just letting him go away.
I think he does.
But if he can push a little bit, he's closed it back down to 2.7.
He's got the ERS as well, that's the thing, he needs to use all this ERS.
Yeah.
Because he's not using it.
He might be saving it for the last lap to give it his all.
Yeah, but Paul's giving it his all, he's really using it all. If I'm Drift King Pro, you need to push now. 2.9 seconds, it's going to be 3 seconds by the end of this straight, because Paul's giving it his absolute all.
And now Paul,
the battle for the win's probably done at this rate. Definitely true. Drift King Pro, he's bumped up a lot, but 2.8. And I think Drift King Pro could have this one.
I think he's realised now he's pushing. He's pushing now. He's put the ERS up to high.
It's amazing. There's a 25-second gap between Drift King Pro and Exxon Norris in P5. It's amazing. It shows you that not different in class, because I think there's been quite a few unlucky drivers today, but just really incredible stuff there from the top four. Drift King Pro had a lonely race, but at this rate it could be a lonely race to turn out into a podium. Tom Gorian, he's managed to break that 1 second barrier, 1.3 seconds. DMG Lewis behind him, that penalty is going to cost him this race win. But he might not be complaining too much there. Paul in P3, 2.6 seconds separates him and Drift King Pro. Drift King Pro could get this win here. I win P3 here, I think.
He's got 20% more ERS than Paul does.
Yeah, and he's going to use it all.
2.4 seconds. I think Paul's going to really try and give it everything on this last lap.
He's going to have to gain 6 to 7 tenths in this lap on Drift King Pro when he's got 10 less.
Tom's made a mistake. He's lost quite a lot of time. Lewis is half a second.
I don't think Lewis is just going to sit behind. Lewis isn't going to do too much.
He could just want bragging rights.
I think Tom Gorian will be getting nervous now though. He's not the man that wins a lot of races. He's wanting to race him back out. At this rate, it could be his second win, but do not jinx him yet. He's still got a little bit more.
North at the fastest lap.
2.3 seconds. Yep, there we go. He got his fastest lap, and then 2.3 seconds between Drift King Pro and Paul, and I think that could be it for the P3 battle. Paul, he'll be disappointed with that, but I just want to quickly hear, what's your opinion on the incident between Lewis and Paul?
I didn't actually see it, so I'll have to watch a replay. Oh, Paul's made a mistake. He got onto the grass again. The same he did a couple laps earlier. Well, I think Drift King Pro's bagged this podium.
Yeah.
Quite lucky to be fair.
I think so, but he kept his nose clean the full race. He's had a solid performance, and we're just going to quickly focus our attention to the last time, to Tom Gorian. It's not been the easiest of races by any means, but he's done what he's had to do, he's kept his nose clean, and in the end, he's gonna come out the winner of this race, coming out to the bus stop for the last time. It's been 22 hard fought laps, but Tom Goring comes round the final corner to claim his second ever RFL win, and the second win this season. BMG Lewis comes home in P2 after a long, hard race. Paul here in P3, but he's not going to get it in the end. Drift King Pro gets that P3 in the end in penalties. It's been a great race from all the top three: Tom Goring, BMG Lewis and Paul Giffen. It's a great race. Credit to those three. Great racing, great respect, and it's what you love to see. It's a great accolade for RFL Tier 2 Exer Norris on his debut race. Coming in to the bus stop chicane, he'll be happy with that P5 plus the fastest lap point. Oh, he's getting trigger happy there. Weaves across the line. He gets his 5-second penalty, but I think it'll still be enough to beat Rampage, who's going to come home in a respectable P6. He'll be happy with that one as well. Coming through the bus stop chicane, and very happy with.
It's a shame for Dustin. Started a promising P3. That's
yep,
comes out in P8. After that, crash at lap 1. Lucky to stay in the race, to be fair. A little bit deep into the chicane there, but oh, he spun it. Will Perez get it? I don't think he will. Just reversing across the line. There we are. As we wait for Perez to come across the finish line. P9. Would he get the fastest lap? I don't think he did just then.
Yeah, but I think that runs out what was an absolutely brilliant race here in RFL. And we'll get to see the little podium animation, and I'll run you through your order for the last time, and then we can get the British national anthem played for our race winner, Tom Goring. It was a great race for him. But once again, here is your race results for the RFL Tier 2 Belgium Grand Prix. Tom Goring takes his second ever win in RFL and his second win this season. BMG Lewis comes through, and I think what could be a pretty happy P2 in the end, but that, I think inevitably that penalty cost them the win there, but 18 points gained on Beast Tornadoes in the championship. Drift King Pro in P3. Lucky you could say, but he kept his nose clean, and he'll be happy with that one in the end. Paul, after that incident with BMG Lewis, still managed to come home in P4. Exer Norris on his debut comes home in P5 and the fastest lap point to go with it. Rampage a respectable P6 there, he'll be happy with that one. Joe in P7, Slazenger Dustin in P8, Perez in P9, and then Dongarang runs out the top 10, but I don't think he'll be getting any points today. Considering he retired, as well as Omar, T10 Denzel, Alpha R8, Julian Palmer and Kimmy the Iceman. And after that we can now finally play the British national anthem for our race winner, Tom Goring. Well, right. There you have it. The British national anthem for our winner, Tom Goring. As you heard, all the three podium drivers are in the party, so we're going to get started as quick as possible. So, Drift King Pro, we're going to start with you.
Hello.
Make sure your audio is included.
Yep, it's included.
Right. Well, first of all, I want to congratulate you on probably something you didn't expect 5 laps ago was a podium. Just kind of talk us through your race. It was a quiet one, but in the end, the podium.
Yeah, so the race was like boring as, so like I don't know what happened to Norris behind me. He was like starting to close up on me, and then I think he must have like spun or something. And then I saw Paul had like an incident with someone, and I didn't know that he had a penalty until like the last fucking 3 laps. I was just like pushed like mad. I was like setting pretty fast laps each one, and I just got up by 6 tenths. So yeah, chuffed.
Yeah, it was a really solid drive for you, and I'm not too sure where you sit in the standings, but it's a good chunk of points for you. And just moving on to, I think it's Monza next week. How do you think you'll do then?
Open it, just same stuff really. Because obviously it's my first proper podium since China if we take away the chaos that was Britain. But yeah, hopefully another podium for next weekend.
Oh, fair enough. Kyle, do you have anything to ask Griff King?
Yeah, I was just wondering, what did you think when you saw that thing he had a penalty, and
It came
you
up.
were
I
within that
just,
3 second
I was
gap?
just like keeping him thinking because I thought, oh no, I'm probably not gonna catch him. And then it just came out randomly saying, oh yeah, he's got a 3 second penalty. I'm just like, nice. So I just gunned it really and just went all out because Norris had dropped that to a point where I wasn't gonna affect me if I like span or anything. So I just thought all or nothing.
Well, yeah, well done on that podium. Quite lucky to be fair, but you kept your nose clean and you ended up with that podium. Well
Thank you
done.
very much, Kyle.
Yeah, well done, Griff King. And we're going to move on to our second place man, BMG Lewis.
I
It could have
am
been the
not
win.
happy.
Yeah, well, you said it yourself there. Just kind of talk us through that race. You had an amazing race, wrong battle with Paul and Tom Goring. Just talk us through that race.
Well, it was quite a fun race, yeah. We were just slapshooting each other, trying to get away from the pack. That's our game plan. And then lap 18, 19, we all know what happened, and I don't know whose fault it is. I've not seen his sides of the incident, but in my opinion, it's a racing incident at the moment. I'm
Can
just
you
scared
talk
in
us
case
through
like
that
my.
incident?
So he was slipstreaming me, right? And for the last like 15 laps, when he slipstreamed me, he's either got ahead or if he's alongside, he'll just back off. So I was thinking, oh, he's going to back off. So I turned in a bit early, still giving him space because you never know. And then he hit my side pod and spun around. And then obviously Tom got ahead of him and then overtook me. He was always going to win at a penalty.
Yeah. Well, I think moving along from this race, 18 points, your championship rival. These Tornadoes didn't turn up today, so that's 18 points you've gained. And a pretty healthy
But I lost
championship
25.
lead now, so you lost 7 if you think about it.
Well, I can't count.
But I think overall it's a good healthy gap you've got there. So with not many rounds left, is it probably about 9 rounds left?
Yeah.
That's a
something like that.
guess. Can you do it? Can you be the champion this season?
Well, that's my main goal. I didn't come into I came into the season thinking top 3 would be good, but turns out that I'm in a championship winning position. I just got to stay calm and not bottle myself, you know, like get ahead of myself and all that. Because I know people. I can't remember his name, but one of my friends in the past, he was leading by 100 points and he just messed up because he was too confident in himself. So I'm trying not to do that. I'm just going to keep my head down, focus, and hopefully win the championship.
That's the right attitude to do it. Kyle, do you have any questions to ask us?
No, I don't. Actually, wait. What was your strategy for after you realised you got that penalty? Like, what did you try and do?
Well, my strategy was thinking, right? I was like, what happens if I was to hold up Paul? Tom and Paul start fighting, I pull away and I win. That was my strategy. But I wasn't trying to make it too obvious that I was holding him up. Well, actually, I made it quite obvious, but we won't talk about that. But then, you know what happened, we won't talk about that.
Just that
I'm sorry, I'm
DRS is way
nervous.
too powerful.
Yeah, it is. I'm really nervous as I get my second place taken off me.
It won't be a harsh penalty. Don't worry for that. So Lewis, well done on the P2 and we can move on to the man who I think will be more than happy with the race win. Tom Goring, it is P1 for you, your second victory this season, and I think your second victory ever in the RFL. Just quickly sum up your emotions.
Oh man, that was intense. You know, the start of the race, you know, obviously went around the outside, lost probably one position, but then I seen Dustin just spin into the wall and do a Magnussen. I don't know what happened. I think he might have lost the rear end and just tried to correct, but didn't. And then for the majority of the race, it was just me, Lewis, and Paul. You know, I wasn't focused on Drift King Pro or anyone else. You know, it's just us three. And as soon as lap 3 just came, just the main objective wasn't to fight, it was just to get the DRS and just try to extend. We did. I have to give GG's to Lewis for calling our strategy, doing the undercut. It worked. It worked for the time. But I tried to get ahead of Paul in the pit stops, gutted. Paul got ahead of me a couple laps after the pit stops, but then those two battled, slowed them down, and then I was just stuck behind him. I was saving my ERS, saving my fuel, making sure that my tyres were in good condition, and then once that one full move happened, it was pretty much, game over for Lewis and Paul. Honestly, we can talk about what would have happened if the contact never happened. Obviously, I don't think the race was gifted to me, but that contact really did help. But man, what a feeling.
Yeah, well, I think you just summed your race up pretty well there. Just quickly looking at the championship, I think you now go up into third place, if I'm right in saying so.
Yep.
Is it too late to say that you're out of the championship, or do you think a couple more wins are in it, or are you just going to try and keep that third place?
The bottom line is this: I've got to try and keep outscoring Lewis. Monza's going to be a more of a slipstream and DRS feast than Belgium was. So you have to make sure that I do well there. Then obviously I'm missing Singapore, so that's going to be a massive blow. Obviously I've got to fight. I've got to make sure that no matter what position I'm in or what race it is, I've got to keep on fighting. I've got to keep on, trying to get them victories and the podiums. But it's not over. It's not over yet. But never say never. In RFL, and yeah.
Oh, I think that's definitely attitude. Kyle, do you have any questions to ask Tom?
What did you think when you saw that Paul was facing the wrong way at Racon?
Well, first of all, I was trying to avoid him. Didn't want to get damage. Thankfully, he moved out the way, so I had to cut the track a little bit. Didn't get a warning or a penalty, so that was good. I knew that those two, if they were going to fight a little bit too hard, contact was going to happen. So I was just waiting, just trying to make my move, just trying to make sure that the move that I did was legitimate and clean. And then Paul just spins out, and then I was just a little bit shocked, but I knew it was going to happen because they were battling so hard, especially in towards like Com Chicane, and then all the other laps as well. But my feeling, I think Paul deserved to be on the podium today. He definitely had the pace against me and Lewis, and we was in the same party, and he was talking all types of rubbish and stuff. I can't swear, of course, but what a race.
Yeah,
Well done
race
on the
indeed.
win.
Thank you.
Oh yeah. Oh, that rounds up for what was a very intriguing RFL Tier 2 Belgian Grand Prix. Tom Goring takes his second ever win of the season and his second ever win in RFL. BMJ Lewis comes home in P2, then Drift King Pro sneaks out to get into that third place.
Hey.
I want to thank Kyle or Schweiz for his first ever commentary. He done a great job. Hopefully he can join me another time. I want to thank all the podium drivers for doing the podium interviews, and
Fly.
we will see you in 30 minutes for the Tier 1 stream, same track.
Where'd that fly go?
drivers. Thank you, we'll see you.